Welcome to episode 6 of the Emerald Gem. My name is Sean from Balcony Bridge. I'm here with Chris Anderson, the Pike Street drummer. We're on the Highview docked here in Lake Union. We're right in the middle of the heart of Seattle.
Crazy.
Super excited to be here. We got to thank Jody Ramsamy from Vivid Presents for hosting us here. They have like regular events here on the Highview, so definitely check it out. Come summertime, there's going to be a lot of music things happening here, so definitely be on the lookout. Chris, thank you so much for joining me here on the podcast. I'm so happy to have you.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. I'm super excited about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we kind of met, like we didn't meet officially, but Balcony Bridge was doing our thing where we just like set up in the park and we were playing at Occidental Square in Pike. Oh no, in Pioneer Square.
Yeah.
And you showed up, and then I remember like this car just pulled up and was just kind of chilling there, and then you walked out and you're listening. I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy, like he's taking it in, he's reading it, like he's having a moment with it.
Yeah.
And then whenever we stop for a song, then you talk to us and you're like, yo, I do this too. Like you get out there, you're playing out there at Pike Place Market on Pike and First.
Yeah.
And you definitely lecturing us a little bit, and I was there to listen to it, you know, because I was like, all right, this guy, like, immediately knew, like, okay, he does it, he works, he's a musician, like, he gets it, and you're giving us, like, good advice. You're like, what y'all are doing is cool, and it was cool. We were just out there just playing, doing our thing, but you're like, you need to be doing more for yourself, like, go where people are, and that's a big reason why we play in the park is because, like, it's just bring the music to the people. Go where people already are and give them the music and play and see what you can do. So you can get a crowd going. And I don't know, man, I'm super excited to have you here because it's like that's how my band has like broken into Seattle and built an audience and like cut our teeth and found like this magic for street performing.
Yeah. It was crazy because like I actually heard you guys. I stay at the Wave downtown, right across from the Seahawks Stadium, and my window was open and I heard these melodies coming through the window and I was like, man, that's not a radio, you know. So I'm like listening, and then I was like, well, shit. And so I went downstairs and I'm smoking a cigarette, and then I keep hearing it and I was like, man, where is it coming from? So I hop in my car and I drive and I see you guys, and then so I like pull into like the little courtyard. And I was checking you out, and I was like, yeah, man, this is dope. I was like, but like, why are you guys just here with two people out here?
Yeah, right.
So I was like, yo, you guys need to be actually where the foot traffic is because you're super talented. And then I asked them, are you just doing this for fun or do you want to get paid? You know, because I'm outside to get paid. You know, I love doing music, but I also have 4 kids. So, like,
damn,
it's real for me.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. But wait, you're supporting your family playing drums? That is huge.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I've been doing this for about, not street performing, I would say for about 25 years. I've been in, like, the music industry from Chicago to New York, L.A., New Orleans, Paris, Dublin. I was in a band and we like traveled and we did studio work, and
those are B-52s, right?
B-52s we worked with Maxwell on Pretty Little Wings, Erykah Badu. We did Honey, that track she has. We worked with R. Kelly on the Chocolate Factory album. We got our introduction to the music industry with Kanye's mentor No ID. And so No ID heard us street performing and brought us in the studio to work on a song he was producing for Ghostface Killer. It was called Iron Lunges.
All right.
On his Pretty Tony album. And so we laid the horns and the drums on that, and Ghostface put that out on his album. Then 50 Cent heard the song and put the same song on This Is 50 when he first was dropping I think that was his second album. And then Kanye West took the song and gave it to Erykah Badu. Mary J. Blige like 6 years ago, and she put it on her latest album.
Damn.
So that song's been circulating. So we were in the industry. It was a 9-piece brass band, and I was the drummer.
Hell yeah.
We got 4 trumpets, 2 trombones, a tuba, a French horn, and we were doing hip-hop music.
How does that feel like to be playing drums for such a big band like that? Like, you got to feel like a badass, right? Because you're like...
Yeah, man, we actually got the nickname Bad Boys of Jazz in the music industry because, like, promoters in the music industry, they couldn't fuck with us because we were like thugs that played instruments.
Hell yeah.
Coming out of Chicago. So we took that mentality into the music industry with us, and the music industry is a tough industry.
Yeah.
They couldn't shake us or really screw us over because we would beat your ass.
Oh shit! Well, because I bet the music was good too, right? Like,
well, yeah, no, the music we made was like dope. Their father, the name of that band was Hypnotic Brass Ensemble, and their father, his name was Phil Coran.
Okay.
And Phil Coran used to was a mentor for Sun Ra and Earth, Wind and Fire, Shaka Khan. They would all come to his school of music in Chicago and sit at his feet and learn music. Okay. And so he was a pioneer on the ska music scene and, you know, esoteric stuff like that and the tones of music and the vibrations of music. Like a lot of those artists would, you know, work with him. Okay, and so he was their father.
Damn.
And so our music was like advanced for our age group and the type of music we were doing.
Yeah.
And so a lot of industry artists, A-list industry artists, gravitated toward that sound.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I love jazz, and I feel like the best players come out of jazz.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
So that's pretty dope. How'd you end up in Seattle?
A girl.
Really?
Yeah. I met a girl in New York, and we were dating, and she got pregnant and moved back. She got pregnant. And then she moved back to Seattle and had the baby here.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, I was still on tour with Hypnotic Brass Ensemble.
Where were y'all touring?
We were about to go to Africa. We were going to Lagos, Nigeria, to perform with Femi Kuti's, Fela Kuti's son.
Okay.
At the Shrine in Lagos. And so I got into a situation with the band, and I skipped going to Lagos and I flew to Seattle. I was like, fuck that, I'm not doing this shit no more.
Shit, damn, really?
Yeah, man. It was we were young and, you know, there's some money issues going on.
Yeah.
A lot of egos back and forth.
How old were you back then?
I was probably 26, maybe.
Damn, yeah. That's 2 years younger than I am now.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's wild, dude. That's pretty cool, though.
But, yeah, it's the cool thing about bands is if you got a core group and everybody's on the same page and you got the right personalities, you can really go far. You know, it's about personality types in the band. If you can gel together, and then touring also brings out the real personalities in your band.
It brings out stress, you know?
Does,
like it can make you really uncomfortable.
Yeah. You're in a car if you're touring together, you're in like a van or a car for like these amounts of hours.
Yeah.
And just being in a band and everybody can go their separate ways after band rehearsal. Yeah. Everybody can decompress in their own way.
Absolutely.
But if you're on a tour, everybody's ticks and triggers and shit.
No, we did our first tour. It was only 5 days, and already we figured out that one of our members, I won't name who, is like, yo, yeah, if we do that again, I got to get my own hotel room. And like, I need more space from you guys.
Personalities come out. And so there could be some bad personalities in there. And there can be some good personalities. But bad personalities on tour could wreck a tour.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, it'll mess up the music too. Now sometimes, you know, having a fight backstage or argument, everybody gets on stage and it's the best show ever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll take away from the music experience too. It can also hinder you from advancing in the music industry.
Oh, because people will be like, I'm not working with that person.
Yeah, you know,
100%.
One bad apple mess it up for everybody.
That's true.
If everybody's on the same page, got the same mission, got the same goal, there's a lot of success for groups.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's so tricky. We've been doing this for 2 years, and I just made like a little Instagram post today, like, oh, Happy New Year, and like did the like photo dump or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like in just 2 years, like we've had so many ups and downs, and we've grown so much. Like, one, it is a feat and I think a success that like we've been able to keep this group going for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just like super thankful. And we've like grown a lot as people. Like, you know, we've gone through struggles internally with each other, and we've gone through struggles outside of the band. But I think it's beautiful that like we're like stepbrothers in a way, because or brothers, however you want, whatever.
Yeah. Growing together is definitely key. The music will grow too. As the band grows, the music will grow too. And I tell a lot of different bands, like outside of the music, just have dinner with each other, and you know, don't really talk about music. Just
hang out.
Yeah, just hang out. And that's the best. That's the best thing you can do. I remember I met Questlove. We were doing this show in Dublin, the North Sea Jazz Fest, really big, huge jazz festival they throw every year.
That was badass.
And we was doing it. We was hanging out in the lobby, and all these A-list bands are there. And I get in the elevator, and Questlove gets in the elevator, and I'm like, oh shit, you know? And I was talking to him, And he was like, man, I heard about you guys. What's crazy is he said Dave Chappelle gave him our vinyl record. And they were listening to our vinyl record a couple months before they got to Dublin. And so I was like, man, you got any advice for, a fresh new band? And he was like, man, just hang out with each other. He was like, just go to dinner. He was like, man, the Roots, we once a week, we just all go out to eat and that's just cool. Chill.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, that's actually attributed to their success as a unit and a sound.
What was the name of the band or act that you were doing when you were playing that festival?
It was Hypnotic Brass Ensemble.
Hypnotic Brass Ensemble.
They're still touring today. They've been touring for the past 30 years.
So, damn. Okay. So, when did you find yourself with them?
So, in Chicago, I was in college. I went to the Art Institute, and they would street perform outside of the Art Institute.
Okay.
It was just all brass ensemble, eight brothers. They're blood brothers, too. Eight blood brothers. It's actually like 16 of them.
Damn.
But the youngest of them have a group. And so, I would see them and hear them as I was going into school every day downtown Chicago. And then one day I asked them, I was like, yo, you guys got a drummer? And like, would you guys fuck with a drummer? And they were like, well, yeah, drummers really can't match with our style. Like we're on some cosmic shit. And I was like, no, man, I think I can get in there. And so a couple weeks later, I seen them again and asked them. They invited me to their home. We did a rehearsal. And they played a song called Jupiter, and it's online right now.
Okay.
And it was crazy.
Yeah.
And so I killed it, and they were like, yeah, you're
in.
You're in.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And so we started street performing in Chicago, and I dropped out of school, man, and started street performing with them, and we started touring. We went to New York and New Orleans and LA and
y'all did you just like figure out the tour? Did you have like a record label or something like that?
Nah, man, it was all independent. Like we would street perform in these cities. But the crazy thing is we would street perform in these cities and then get gigs from our street performing.
Oh hell yeah.
Like we would like go to New Orleans on the weekend, end up being in New Orleans for like 3 months.
Damn.
Same with LA. We would be there for like 2 weeks, catch a Greyhound to LA from Chicago, bro.
With all your gear?
Yeah, man. It was trumpets and trumpets and.
But your drum kit?
My drums, 5-piece drum set, hardware.
Damn.
Put it on the bottom of the Greyhound.
Oh
and, and then get to L.A., go to Santa Monica or 3rd Street Promenade. And what was crazy is we were doing like high-end parties for people in L.A. because everybody's got money in L.A.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, you guys can come play for our dinner. And the dinner be for like movie exec directors and shit.
Holy shit.
And so we got a lot of gigs from that. Somebody suggested we go to New York. And we caught a train from Chicago to New York and got upstairs. And I had never, seen that many people at, 12 noon, in my life on the street. It was just thousands of people. And we were like, well, shit, let's just play right now.
Yeah.
We played, 2 songs. And what's funny is our first time in New York, we played, 2 songs. We had a crowd of, 200 people in front of us.
Damn.
At Penn Station, and this fat cop comes busting through the crowd. He's like, hey, what the fuck's going on over here? Like, what the fuck? He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? He's like, we got Jackson State Marching Band over here. He's like, get out of here.
Damn.
I was like, man, this is beautiful.
Yeah, that's so fucked up, dude. Yeah. Was that the only time that y'all ran into getting kicked out?
So then we knew we had to get permits to perform downtown or anywhere in Times Square area.
Okay.
So permits were $15 and you go to the local police station and get a permit for 4 hours to street perform.
Oh, well shit.
So we would do that every day. Spend $14 and bro, we were making $3,000 a day.
Damn, that's awesome.
We were selling CDs, and that was the most money we had made ever.
Yeah.
Because Chicago and versus these other cities, we would street perform, and at the end of the day, we would split $500-$400 between 8 guys. We go to New York.
8 people, yeah.
Bro, and we're selling CDs. We were selling 200, 300 CDs a day. We probably sold hand to hand over 2 million CDs.
What?
I'm serious.
Are you for real?
Easily.
2 million CDs?
Easily. Bro, we were selling 200 to 300 CDs a day, and we did that for 8 years.
Holy shit. That is incredible.
We're playing every day.
Damn.
Every freaking day in New York. If it was raining upstairs, we'd go in the subway.
Do you think you can do that now?
Yeah, if I had CDs to sell, I could definitely do it. I like to target high foot traffic areas. So I play the Mariners games. First and Pike's a good area.
Yeah.
There's guys right now selling CDs down by the waterfront.
I did have someone ask me if I had any CDs, and I was like, no. Like,
bro,
people still use those? People listen to
use
those?
it. People use it. You know, vinyl records is coming back.
I'm just wondering, like, in New York, like, is that still happening, you think?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely. They're still selling DVDs on the bootleg DVDs on the street corner in New York. But yeah, there's a market for product period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of bands, I do a lot of artist development with acts and you know, merchandise. Fans want something to walk home with at the end of the show.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I do. Like when you're moved by something or like you're having an awesome experience, you want that memorabilia. Like,
man.
You want to have it. You know.
There's if you got a budget to make some product, you will definitely make your money back.
Yeah,
but it's all about product placement too.
What do you mean?
Putting your product in, like you guys playing in that courtyard.
Yeah,
that was the dope product. The placement was in the wrong spot.
Right. Yeah, I got
that product on First and Pike, and you guys got like $1,000 in like 2 hours.
You think they'll let a band play there?
Yeah.
Fuck, what am I doing?
Why wouldn't they? What are you gonna say?
Dude, see, what is with like these little like minor barriers that you put up for yourself, like fucking excuses, where you're just
they
like,
let you guys play out there that night, and you guys are playing at like 9 at night.
Yeah, but there's no one over there. Like all the businesses are closed.
Yeah,
but
it's
not
still
gonna
like
get shut down.
9 at night, and there's a fucking full band playing outside.
Yeah.
That's way past like the hours you could play.
Yeah, that's for sure.
On the street.
We're gonna be at Gasworks on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that, and like no one bothers. I can't imagine like anybody like walking all the way out there.
Yeah, Gasworks is cool. Yeah, definitely. But try the Mariners games, man. Try the Seahawks games. Try Pike.
So if I got it right, like you would just go set up for the Mariners games, and like people would be walking in, and you just be playing for them, and then people are leaving, and you're playing for them.
Yeah. So the let in is kind of tricky because everybody is trying to just get in the game and have that ballpark experience.
Yeah.
So like the Mariners games during the 6th inning when everybody starts to let out, I got it down to a science, bro. Okay. During the 6th inning, all the families and old people start to leave the game.
Right.
During the 7th and 8th inning, the younger crowd, and they're just all like out in front of the stadium chilling. And then the 9th inning, when the game's over, that's when everybody comes out. Everybody's drunk. Everybody's a lot more giving. They're just dumping their purses in my donation bucket.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so that's when you really want to hit them, is on the let out. The let in is cool because people kind of linger around and chill. They're not as giving because they want to, keep that $20 or that $10 for the hot dog they got to pay on the inside.
Okay.
So
when
the game's over, though, they're just like throwing cash at you.
And it probably works. Like, I mean, they see you when they go in, and maybe they're into rushing in the game, but then when they see you coming out like in a great mood, and like
definitely.
They're like, oh yeah,
definitely. And I reshare a lot of people's stories because content is like key right now in this day and age of social media and for advertising your band or your business or your product. So I reshare everybody's stories to show it from their perspective.
Yeah, and that's nice to see. Like whenever we see people's stories, it's like cool because we get to see it from how they're experiencing it. Because the strange thing is like whenever you're playing with your band or whenever you're out there, like you have no idea what it's like for other people to experience it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I get like a lot of stories. I know I started playing the Mariners season in 2021, and a lady came up to me the end of their last season in 2023, and she was like, man, I was like gonna delete myself.
Damn.
I'm using these words because of she was like, I was going to delete myself, and I seen you play, and I ended up staying there watching you play for like 6 songs. And then I seen her last season in 2023, and she was in high spirits. She had like a new dude. She's about a fiance about to get married, and she just gave me like the biggest hug and like started crying. She was like, man, you just don't understand like what you did for me in that instance. And I get a lot of like small stories, not all of them aren't that extreme, but there are a lot of people go through a lot of stuff, and like music definitely takes you to another place. Makes you for that moment in time when I'm playing dance with somebody, you forget that you got bills or your kid's a loser or like I don't know. So,
I mean life is fucking hard, man, and like we need music to like for our souls and to heal, you know, and to like feel.
It's definitely key,
right?
It's
like
definitely key.
That's why I really got into music because I was like I feel it, and I could put my emotions into it, and then it became this language and this way to discover like allowing that to guide you, like allowing the feel as you're playing to just kind of guide you through the music. You know,
it's the vibrations of the music instruments. Like music was used for healing in a lot of cultures back in the day. You know, it was like music therapy is like a real thing. The vibrations, especially from brass instruments, the tonality coming out of those horns, and like I was saying, Phil Coran, rest in peace, but he used to teach vibrations through tones, and he would teach us, like, you know, the art of music and how to heal people through music. Also, how to put people in a trance, or how to regulate your show format through tonality, and which songs should go in which order to take people on this musical journey with you. You know what I mean? And like that feeling you're talking about, if the band's feeling that feeling, the audience is going crazy. Their heads are exploding out there. If once the band gets in like that feeling you're talking about, then the audience is just like going nuts.
Right.
You just open your eyes and you just see everybody just going crazy. You're like, oh shit. And that's a great feeling. And it's addictive too, man. That's like that stage feeling, you know.
It is.
There's nothing like that. No, there's no drugs like that.
No, dude. It is exhilarating.
It's crazy. And so, like, you take that energy in, and then you give it right back to the people, and then it's this conduit that's going back and forth, and people walk away euphoric. You know what I mean? Those goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know, that's the brain releasing this chemical down your spinal cord, and that happens in music too. Like you'll hear, like, let's just take for instance the national anthem.
Yeah.
Anytime the national anthem happens, you kind of get these chills. It's because the tonality of that chord structure releases that dopamine drip down your spine. You get the goosebumps. That's where the goosebumps come from. It's all in tonality and vibration.
It's also just with that song in particular, like the power of just a person's voice by itself.
Yes.
You know, because I can hear it now, like in my head, like whenever they're hitting like the rock. You know, like when it's really loud like that, you're just like, wow.
Definitely the person, because like Roseanne Barr can't get you those goosebumps. She did it, and everybody was booing her ass.
Yeah, we were watching, I think it was Fergie, and she was singing it at like a Lakers game or something like that, and then it was a Warriors game, and like Steph Curry was like, what the fuck?
Man, it could have adverse reactions, but yeah, it's definitely in tone.
So you were touring all over, you were playing in New York. How did you guys end up touring? Was it the same band that made it, and then you were like, I'm done, like y'all were about to go to Nigeria, and you're like,
so the Nigeria part was the tail end of my career with that band. Before then, we were doing a lot of A-list studio work. We got one song we did, it's called War, and that song was on Hunger Games. Like anytime,
no shit.
Anytime you know, on Hunger Games, the guy that ran the talk show, he would interview the contestants that were in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Katniss Aberdeen, her like walkout theme music was the song we created. It's
Holy
called War.
Shit!
Yeah.
Really?
So they would play
that. That's so fucking cool.
It's dope. And so we were doing a lot of like industry shit, work with a lot of industry artists, and also street performing in New York. We lived in New York, man, about 8-9 years.
Oh, but you started in Chicago?
We started in Chicago. From Chicago, we were street performing downtown. On the Magnificent Mile on State Street in Chicago. The crazy thing, they were building Millennium Park at the time, and we would perform outside of Millennium Park, and they would kick us out of that spot,
really,
you know, all the time. And then so like 6 years goes by, and Millennium Park invites us back to like perform on the main stage.
No shit.
Yeah, because we were getting all this traction in New York, and we were getting all this publicity and stuff. So we went from Chicago to New Orleans to L.A. New Orleans was cool, but it was a different sound from the New Orleans second line type of sound. We were doing like hip hop, jazz, ska music, and it didn't sound like nothing like New Orleans. They were just looking at us like, what is this? And also, street performing in New York, if you don't check in as in like, if you don't know nobody in New York and like you're making money in like their little scene, like it's dangerous.
Oh,
you know
shit!
What I mean?
Like seriously, it's like territorial in a way?
It's territorial.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But it was like 12 of us. So you really could like fuck with us like that.
Yeah, nice.
So, and then LA was a little bit wide open. We would go to Santa Monica Boulevard, and it was enough space where we can just get down in those different areas, and we got a lot of opportunities in LA. And then we went back to Chicago. Somebody was like, you guys should go to New York. And from New York, we started touring around the world, we would get, because New York's a melting pot, so we would get promoters that were just there on vacation and invite us to New York. That's how we met the manager for the Gorillaz, and she invited us to work with the Gorillaz.
Did y'all go on tour together or something?
Yeah, we toured with the Gorillaz hella.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Tell me about that tour, dude.
Yeah, the tour was crazy. We did a couple tours with them. We did some studio work with them at first, and then we toured with them. They let us open for a lot of their shows. We did this one tour we called it the Super Mario Brothers tour, because, man, bro, we were playing like nothing but like castles.
What? Castles?
We were playing like castles. We played at the Tower of London. We played in like Portugal at like these like ruins. We played in like a Coliseum.
Damn.
I think it was in Rome or some shit.
Dude, that's so cool. That's a dream come true,
yeah, bro,
right there.
We called it the Super Mario Brothers tour. And then Damon Albarn is the lead singer. We call him Dame Dash. He's like super cool.
Yeah.
He's a real good guy. He looked out for us a lot, and
Hell yeah.
gave us opportunities and shows all around London. The crazy thing, also, you guys should get overseas, man.
I want to, yeah.
Dublin is really good for
people
bands.
really feel the music over there.
Yeah, they appreciate it.
They
like,
really do.
listen.
Yeah, they do.
You know, like the conversation afterwards isn't like this, you know, it's, just shooting the shit with you. They're like really engaged and like, oh, on that third song that you guys played and you went to the fifth chord. They're like really, you know.
Yeah, they're into it.
But Dublin's definitely dope for bands, because like all the promoters in Dublin goes to everybody's shows, and so like the whole audience is just like promoters. And then as soon as you get off stage, you're getting booked for something else and something else. I remember I met Macklemore like years ago, like 8 or 9 years ago. And I met him through Owar, which is his trumpet player at the time.
Okay.
And Owar was like, yo, this is Ben, this is Chris. And I met Owar in New York as a trumpet player. And Macklemore was like, yo, I'm trying to like see how to get bubbling in Dublin, so to speak. Like, how do I get a buzz? And I was like, man, so here's a couple promoters you should talk to. I was like, once you go over there, bro, they're going to keep you over there.
Yeah.
And like, all you got to do is like just go and play at an event over there. Also, London too, man. Like, London has a lot of open mics.
Okay.
And so their open mics are like different from American open mics. Like, their open mics, like all bands are there, and
okay,
like, you
sick.
just set up.
Yeah.
And like just play. And once you do that once, bro, you're locked in.
Okay,
all
hell
you
yeah.
gotta do is that.
All right, sick. What are we doing then?
Yeah, you don't even gotta like set up with a promoter. Just figure out where the open mics are.
Yeah.
Get a hostel and do it. That's what we did. We did that in Amsterdam, London, Paris. We were standing like.
You felt okay with like lugging your gear around and shit?
Yeah, man. Like I said, it was like 12 black guys, man. Nobody really fucking with us. You know what I mean? But as an individual, it's kind of scary, because we were staying in some sketchy hostels.
Yeah. But that's cool. Yeah, like 12 people. Yeah, that's like a whole.
We had a crew.
Exactly. Yeah, and you all have each other's back and shit.
Yeah, we had a plan too. I think we sold, like I said, selling our merchandise and the albums we had like 3 different albums out at one time at like $15, $20, $25. We would sell them in sets.
Okay, yeah.
And that was funding a lot of our tour. You know, we would put money away to reproduce CDs and then split the rest of the money. Put money away to pay our rent or our houses or rental cars.
Yeah.
And then split the rest. So, you know, we were making a lot of money, but we were also funneling back into the business of music.
Yeah. When you guys were doing it on your own, like before you were like touring with the Gorillaz or like these big bands.
Yeah.
We all like, you just like quit your jobs? Would you like end your lease in your apartment or what?
That was yeah. So the members in the band, they were all brothers. They had their own house in Chicago.
Okay.
That their parents left them.
Oh,
and
nice.
I had a mom. We were single parent mom, and I lived with her. But we were on the road so much.
Yeah.
That we can just all pack up and move. Nobody had obligations. A couple guys in the band had kids, but we were making so much money. Everybody was taking care of their families.
That's awesome.
We were kind of sad.
That is beautiful.
It was tax-free money too, so you could.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were making a lot and moving around a lot. So.
Yeah, because you said that you guys just went down to New Orleans and ended up staying there for 3 months. So it sounds like you gotta have like some flexibility to be like, actually, we'll stick it around here.
Yeah.
And then I imagine when you got to New York, you're like, this is the spot to be.
Yeah, and it's cool because like when you go to these places with nothing, you meet people with opportunities for you. Just like the guy that owns this boat, right?
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have met him if you weren't doing music.
Exactly. No, 100%. Because I remember Cafe Racer closed.
Yeah.
And people were like sad and talking about it.
Yeah.
And Cafe Racer is actually huge for our start because we went to an open mic and they let us, it was like an open jam, but they let the band get up there and do it.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, yeah, like we just got our full band complete. Let's go up here. It's an opportunity to play on a stage. And dude, we ate shit. we ate such bad shit. The guitars were out of tune. We couldn't hear each other, and we thought we were hot shit getting up there because we'd been playing in the park. And like we thought we were tight, and then we just fell right on our face. Yeah. But we went back to Cafe Racer a couple months later, and then we crushed it. And I remember the sound guy was like, that was super tight. You guys sound awesome. And then that's when we started to really take off and start playing gigs and get into the scene. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I just found out Cafe Racer just reopened. It means something to me, that place. Yeah. I got together with Max so that we could shoot that episode, and I was like, let's do it at Cafe Racer. And then that's when I met Jody. Yeah. And then he told me about the boat, and we came out here to the boat, and I was like, this is amazing. Yeah, let's do it.
That's how it works, B.
So you're right. You know, like when you just like get out there and do it, and you actually, I think you got to take it one step further. Like you got to put your heart out there by talking to people.
Yeah, definitely. Networking after events. The more people you talk to, the more avenues will start to open up. Because like after the end of our shows, we would make it like a priority to go to our CD table and then schmooze with the crowd. Yeah. Because like we were like in these cities like homeless. We were looking for somewhere to stay, so we were definitely hollering at girls.
Oh, no way.
While we were there, but we were also hollering at like couples and like just guys and women and people would, we would let them know like, we're all going back to the hotel. We're actually here for like, this is like first month here. They're like, well, how long are you staying? I got a spot over here. I got a spot over here. So people would like offer up their houses or like whatever they could to us. And that would be like a lot happening overseas. People like,
yes,
bro, they were like couches. I mean, remember one time we were in New Orleans and it was like 12 of us in a 1-bedroom hotel. And so we met this lady that had an extra house in New Orleans. It was like dope. And she let us stay in her house. So we were paying her monthly to stay in her extra house that she had in New Orleans. Damn. Opportunities like that would happen in New York. We met a lady, we played her son's bar mitzvah, and she seen us street performing on the street. We ended up living in that house for 7 years in New York. Now, here's a cool story. That same house was the house that they filmed, that Denzel Washington in American Gangster.
Love that movie.
The movie. The house he brought his grandma to, and all his family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was our house.
What?
That was our crib.
That house was huge.
Yeah.
With that big yard.
Yeah, man. That was our crib and shit.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah. I love that movie, man.
There's a lot of opportunities, man. You just gotta, it's money's printed and the opportunities are out there. It's on some like 49ers when you like digging for gold type of shit. Yeah. Like, there's gold in this mountain somewhere. You just gotta dig for it. And once you find it, like just keep tapping into that gold vein and,
Exactly, dude. Like, I feel like we get so bogged down in like the idea of what it's supposed to be or supposed to look like, know?
And that's the thing. It's whatever we want it to be. If you tap out, if you unplug from what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
And just do it,
Just do it and create it yourself, man.
Because I've been saying that for a while with the guys, and I hope they're listening. It's like, we got to get back to the park. Like, we aren't just playing in the park as much. Like, we're getting too comfortable. We got a rehearsal space now.
Fuck that park, man. You keep talking about this park. Yeah. No, do not go to the park, bro. Okay, cool. Go where the people are. Forget that park. Listen, while you guys are back in that park, at least go to the park and make some money for your time.
Yeah, I mean, we do okay, maybe like a couple $100.
That's good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but you can make a couple thousand if you pump it up a little bit more. I can show you the way.
Yeah, please do, because I think we're just like, we don't know how. Also, man, there's some bullshit that we got to get over where we're like, we don't want to get permits.
You don't need permits.
Oh, what? Really?
Here's the thing with the city. And the city came after me for like a year, bro. I got like $7,000 in fines from the city of Seattle for playing on First and Pike.
Seriously?
I have like $7,000 in fines. I'm not paying that shit.
Really?
Because it's not illegal what I'm doing.
Oh.
You need a permit if you're set up at a Sound Transit bus stop location. 50 feet within a Sound Transit location.
Really?
You have to have a permit from Sound Transit.
Damn, I didn't know that.
On First and Pike, there's no bus stop there. And it's legal to bus in the state of Washington. You can bus There's this guy that sued the city and like won like 20 years. It was Hamburger versus the city of Seattle. If you Google that, his case will pop up.
Okay.
And they tried to get him for the same thing. Now, I could have sued the city, but I was like, nah, I'm bringing people together.
Dude, joy.
Yo, like, and if I'm the fucking my main problem on the top of the city's priority list for downtown, like, we're screwed.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, man. That's another thing, dude. Like, we got kicked out for the first time ever when we were in San Francisco. We played Mission Dolores Park. I felt like I was on top of the world there, man. Like, there was thousands and thousands of people, and we set up, and right in front of us was, like, we set up on this concrete spot, and right in front of us was this little strip of green, and not a single person was on that strip.
Yeah.
And we played, and, like, it took a minute, like, maybe 20, 30 minutes. Finally, we filled it up. It was like we had our own little festival concert going. You could see, like, all of San Francisco right behind me, and I was like, I am on top of the world. And right when we're about to play, like, our real bangers to take it off, this park ranger shows up and she's like, you got to shut it down.
Yeah.
And people are like, boo, you know? And I was like, yeah, fuck this bitch. Like, what the fuck? And then, and then all of a sudden, like, this guy comes out of nowhere and he's doing a wheelie on a dirt bike. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, fucking chaos, man. Fucking chaos is happening right now.
It's cool.
But that sucked, you know? It's like, why are you shutting this doin? Like, who is this causing a problem for? Like, really? You know, like
you know, they're picking their battles, you know what I mean? And then it's like what's really the deal? Because I'm out there bringing people together, man. Like, and I specifically went out there to bring, because I started going out there at the end of the pandemic, and it was dead outside. It was like silence. Yeah. And I was like, man, I'm setting up, finna go set these drums up downtown and see what happens. And slowly but surely, people were dancing in with their mask on, and then people hugging, and then then I started playing the spot every day. And then, because I was like, man, this is a gold mine right here. The first time I played First and Pike, I made like $400 in like an hour. I was like, holy shit.
Dude, that's lawyer money.
I was like, yo, I'm here every day.
Yeah. But wait, there's got to be like an issue with like competition to get that spot.
Yeah, so there was this one guy named Piano Man, and I actually seen First and Pike. He was always on First and Pike, and that's what gave me the idea to play on First and Pike. He had a piano set up like a little bit where I set up at, and I was like, well, shit, if he can bring a piano out here, I'm bringing my drums out here. And so the next morning I beat him there, and I set up and play, because all around the world street performance is the same rule: first come, first serve. If you're there first, somebody else has to set up, and you can't set up on a person. If you set up on a person, that's disrespectful. You gotta like go down or find another location.
Yeah, that makes sense,
because it doesn't make sense to compete. You know, it's too much space. You just go find another space.
Yeah.
And so I set up one morning, and then he seen me, and he pushed his piano past me. He was mad. He was upset. And the next morning, he showed up at 9 a.m. And I was like, okay, he got me.
Damn.
Next morning, I show up at like 8. Next day, he shows up at like 7. I was like, okay, motherfucker, let's see what's going on. I show up at like 5 in the morning, and I was like, there's no way he's showing up at like 5 in the morning. One morning, he showed up at like 4.
No way.
Because it's a prime location, bro. And so it was just back and forth. And I would like show up at like 4, 5 in the morning, sit my drums on the corner at 5 in the morning, and I wouldn't stop playing till like 11 in the afternoon. Okay, because I didn't want to play too early. But I was, planting my flag.
Yeah.
So one day, Piano Man gets upset. My drums are set up right there. I'm in Starbucks getting some coffee, and he starts to unpack his piano, putting up his tarp, and I come out. I'm like, hey, man, I know you see my stuff right here, bro. Like, what's going on? He's like, F you, man. I'm not fucking moving. I was like, come on, man, don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to make it bad for the both of us. And he pulls out like a slap stick, one of those sticks that you extend and it like spins out.
Yeah.
And he's coming at me with it. And I'm like backing up. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And I like pull out my gun.
Oh, fuck. It's going down.
And I like put it to his nose. I'm like, yo, now you done fucked up. He's like, whoa, bro. It's on my Instagram stories, bro.
He looks at his stick. He's like,
yeah,
never mind.
It was crazy, man. That was crazy. The cops showed up, SWAT team.
Oh, damn.
It was crazy, bro.
Oh, they got nothing to do.
Yeah, but we got it all rectified and clear. But Piano Man doesn't show up anymore.
Isn't he an old guy? I think I've seen him around.
No, his name's Jeffrey Circus.
Oh, okay.
He's probably late 30s.
Oh, all right. Because I did see like an old guy like at the market like playing.
No, that guy plays like in the market. That guy is like really cool. He's been there for like years.
Oh, okay,
years
cool.
and years and years.
Yeah.
But he plays actually down in the market. Jeffrey used to play like right outside of Starbucks, kind of where I play now. the primary spot for me now.
Yeah. No, that is a good spot. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how many people are just walking through there.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of people that comes through that area. That's the only area in Seattle that really works for me and my setup, just logistics wise.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Seattle's dope, man.
It is. It's cool. It's a interesting city, that's for sure, in the sense of like trying to figure it out, you know.
I think the music scene needs a little help. It needs some creativity. It needs a little flair, and it needs its artists to just be different, man. I think visually artists here think their dress is getting them over. Dress, I mean style of what they look like on stage is getting them over.
Interesting.
I think it should be more so focused on the music.
Yeah.
Is what should be getting you over. Make the music cool, not what you look like.
For sure. I do think it's interesting. Like, we're in a time right now where it's like, I feel like there's a lot of really popular music out there that's a little overproduced. I mean, I like produced music, but it's overproduced, and then it's very much like they're going crazy with the shit that they're wearing, you know? Like, they're really leaning into the freak thing. And I think that's cool, but at some point I'm like, but this also seems like a product and kind of a gimmick rather than like this is a self-expression
But
thing.
Is it really selling anything? Can you turn that freaky image into dollars at the end of the day, which is going to fund your advancement as a band? Because like the way everything's going independent now, you have to fund your stuff if you don't want to sign like some crazy deal to a record label.
You know?
So if you can't just be out here doing looks for free, you know what I mean? I tell a lot of artists that artists develop, I was like, you can say no to some things. You don't got to do every show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or work on your music. Spend some time, create a product, sell your product. Oh, I don't think people want to, like, nah.
Right, yeah, that little shy bullshit or just like putting up like an initial hurdle and then you're like, that's an excuse enough to not
it's
do
all
anything.
in your head. Like all the hurdles, your only competition is yourself.
Yeah.
There is no competition out here in the music scene. Because it's not that type of city. No disrespect to the city.
Yeah.
But it's not a New York where you got like 100 bands like in your genre.
Yeah.
That's just in Brooklyn. Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you got like 200 bands in like Queens. That's your genre, same style, same look.
Right.
Or Chicago, or even LA. Like, this is a small city. You can
the competition in those cities is probably pretty cutthroat.
It's
like people like who like went to school or have been playing for like 20 years and are like really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that.
It's crazy. A lot of bands leave here too and get a lot of advancement in other states too. So and I think that's for every state. You know what I mean?
I think what I want for Seattle is for it to be like world renowned again. Because it seemed like it had a very brief moment in the 90s when it was like everyone knew shit was happening here. But now people are like, what's going on in Seattle?
I don't think anything's going on really. There's a lot of tech shit, but it's not known for its music shit. Yeah. And then the music scene is only being held up by a select group of bands or artists. They're the ones that's always getting these looks. And so like hopefully in July the city's contracted me to curate a music festival, and I'm going to showcase those dope bands that aren't getting these looks. It's gonna be called Who's Who Fest.
Who's Who Fest?
Who's Who?
Who's Who?
Yeah. You guys are gonna be performing, and there's gonna be a whole host of other individuals that I think are dope, that are better than these guys that are getting all these looks, and that's who the city needs to see.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
There's definitely been some bands out there that I've seen at like some big local festivals, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
what?
And they're always there. And they're always there. They're always there. You just get tired of it because 6 other bands that are way doper.
Right, yeah, like people who are like, really putting themselves into it, you know, like just like full send, like they're throwing their bodies into it and their souls, you know.
Yeah, man, you could tell it. I could tell. I can hear it, man. I listen to you guys' music. It's dope, bro. Like
Thanks.
I heard it on like the 18th floor of my building.
Dude,
so it's like cutting through.
I saw somebody's video once where we were playing at Cal Anderson Park, and he was in his apartment with the windows open and just like filming in his apartment, and like our music was flooding in there. And he's like a few blocks away. Yeah. I don't even know that this stuff is happening when we play.
Bro, it's dope. It's dope. And the fact that it drawed me out of my apartment into my car. You know those cartoons where the scent comes across the person's nose and they're like trying to find it?
Yeah.
It was like the same thing with my ears. But bro, you guys got a sound, and like that sounds dope. That sound needs to be showcased and put out there. And so I'll help you in any way possible.
Thank you, because I've been like doubting it,
man.
like it's hard not to. Like, this is a dark time of year, honestly. And I've just been like in a shitty place of like with where my life is at and where it's going, and I'm just like, fuck, and it feels good to hear this and be reminded that it's like, no, the thing I'm doing is important and it's having an impact, and even though like that doubt can creep in and you can feel so sure of yourself that it's not what you think it is and it's not good or whatever, like you got to keep going and you got to do it,
Even if you think about like where your life is at right now, you got to understand there's somebody that wants their life to be where yours is at right now.
That's a good way to like maintain perspective. Yeah, that's so true.
You know what I mean? We're looking at celebrities and we're like, oh, if my life could be just like that. There's somebody looking at you on your Instagram and wants their band to take that photo with the fucking crowd in the background. They want to get to that point.
Right.
And then, so it's like levels. You just got to be, I'm not going to say complacent, but you just got to be optimistic about where you are and the advancements of it. Look at all the shit that you got and have accomplished in the 2 years that you're talking about. Like, that's an accomplishment as a band that's only 2 years old. I don't know if you guys are 2 years old.
2 years, yeah.
Bro, that's pretty fucking dope.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean? And just as long as you're growing every year, bro, you're gonna be set at your age. And there's a lot of older people that's looking at that photo with your band and the crowd in the background. They haven't gotten that picture, and they're in their late 30s.
Yeah.
Early 40s.
I'm fortunate because it's like I thought that I wasn't gonna get to this point. I wouldn't have found this success yet because I was alone and I was just doing it by myself. So I'm fortunate that like I found people to play with, because that's a hard thing, It's like you said, the personalities, dude. Like, I've jammed with people and I'm like, the music's good, but you're a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, so I'm not playing with you. This isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that to me is like one of the most fortunate things, that I found people that are like my brothers now, my friends. You know?
Man.
Like dudes that I love and like want to do this thing with.
It takes that trial and error to like find this group that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to go through those bad apples to get this bunch that's like really, really good. So you got to, for anybody out there listening, you got to go through a bunch of bad people to get to the right people. It's very seldomly then you like just out the gate get with this core group or this team that has your back.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do, that's like a blessing. But if you can go through all the BS to get to this point and just take that point and then just connect the dots, bro. Like, you're connecting some dots. Like, this platform right here is dope. The people you're meeting with and getting their stories out, it's creating other points that you can then connect, and
I'm finding out that it's like when these episodes air, like people are they're sharing it with each other, and like they're talking about it, like your friends are gonna hear this, and then the people who already listen are gonna hear this, and like people have no idea you exist before this, and I think like you're a powerful person who's clearly had a successful career and has done a lot, and is like you're a warrior, you're a straight up musician. You're out there just playing whatever the weather is, you're doing it. Like I miss that, man. This might be like some weird shit, but I miss the suffering out there. Like when it's cold and it's raining.
It turns you into who you need to be to get through this industry, man. Because this industry is like cutthroat. Nobody in this industry is going to help you advance. Nobody. And there's only a few gems out there that are humble enough to like help you out with the keys. Because like we've been in a lot of boardrooms and a lot of record labels, and the contracts have been terrible. And like would just be like soul wrenching and like just would take everything from you. We were smart enough to go through every line of a contract with highlighters and be like, wait, nah, what does this mean? We're not signing. What's in perpetuity mean? Like, nah, this is crazy.
Fuck that shit.
Like, so like we missed a lot of opportunities by not doing a lot of things, but we also gained a lot of opportunities by sticking to our guns. But yeah, even the artists I tell that I'm help developing, I tell them to go outside. Because outside will humble your ass if you think you're the shit.
That's so true, Because, like, people, I think, at first, and I don't mean to sound like a arrogant piece of shit, but people would, like, reach out to us and be like, oh, my God, like, y'all shit's blowing up. Like, how do you do it? What do we need to do to get out there? And, I'm like, this is it. Like, we just go out there and play.
Yeah.
But it does take, I think, a special person to... You got to be fucking crazy.
Yeah,
you
got to put
go
your balls
out there
on the concrete and let people walk over it.
Yeah, like you're literally like if you're really about it, and you're like bearing your soul, and like you know you're doing it, and then you're getting rejected by people constantly, you know.
Yeah, because shows are curated to the artist. Like that's an artist's safe space. This is going to a music concert.
Yeah,
and like all the people there are for that artist.
Exactly.
You put yourself in the middle of downtown, or just got him in fucking Arkansas. You know what I mean? Like nobody, exactly. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? You can either win them over, or you know they're gonna be like, "Fucking get out of here, dude."
Yeah.
But if you can win those people over that wants you to get out of here, like you're special.
Yeah.
So put yourself out there. I tell all the people I represent, I'm like, yo, go outside, and that'll humble you. Cause like a lot of people I represent too, they're a little arrogant. You know, they've done a couple shows, they've had a couple looks, but I'm like, how does this help you long term? Like these short looks, these short shows are just short. You have to set yourself up for the long term, and progress from each one of these opportunities. So, but outside of definitely get you on, take those goggles off. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. Like you said, it'll humble you real quick.
Definitely.
You know, like all the rejection but it can also be incredibly inspiring. Like if you are able to hold people's attention, especially in a place like America, where I think we very much have a sense of like, if I am going somewhere, I'm going there. Like I'm not stopping. I'm not making a pit stop. Like, isn't that weird? Like even if I'm just running an errand, it's like such a nuisance if like I am hungry all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I need to finish this errand, or I need to just get home. Like pulling over and eating or taking my time is like a detriment in this situation, you know?
Because it's crazy. Everybody's going somewhere to stop a person in their tracks, to stand there and watch you, to even get them to go inside of their wallet or their pants pocket to pull out money.
Yeah.
You have no idea where that money's going, and for them to donate it to you, that like takes some special sauce.
Absolutely.
And it's not just the type of donation because a person maybe is houseless and he's jingling the cup. Like that taps into somebody's emotions when it comes to feeling either sorry for a person or seeing that person's in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
The other donation is the one where they appreciate what you're doing, and they can see that, it was some effort to bring out this full 5-piece band, hook up this equipment, and the music sounds good, and to get them to stop in their tracks and sit there and check your music out. Like that's some special sauce right there, man.
Yeah, I definitely encourage anybody out there who's like playing music, go street perform.
You
like
definitely got it. At least once.
It's liberating too, because like, you know, get out of your bedroom, like just go sit there, play on the street, and once you can get over like, I don't care if I'm rejected or like not getting people's attention or I'm not making any money, like you're still playing music and you're doing it in the world, not like in a little shelter house or whatever. You're doing it outside.
And I remember when I seen you guys, I was like, you were like, well, yeah, we got to practice. I was like, nah, man, you can practice and get paid for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like just practice downtown on First and Pike on that little spot. Practice right there and watch what happens.
Yeah, we need some new spots, I think, for sure.
Do it.
Some more high traffic areas. I definitely want to start hitting the football games.
Well, yeah.
A little late.
Hit the baseball games.
The baseball games. Right, yeah, the season's about to start.
Yeah, bro, that's like 86 home games.
Damn, yeah. That's kind of crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dough if you hit it right. Especially with product. I think and that's an opportunity for the Mariners to I'm giving you the blueprint now.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for the Mariners to get a relationship with you too. Because once the fans start videoing you and hashtagging Mariners and you, that's how I got inside the stadium. The Mariners couldn't not see all the hashtags that they were tagged in and I was tagged in and T-Mobile Park was tagged in, to the point where they were like, yo, bro, you want to get on the Jumbotron?
Hell yeah.
Or we're going to make a commercial, or you want to come in the stadium? And so that opportunity helped, and it was also a marketing scheme too. I was purposely telling people to tag the Mariners, me, and the T-Mobile Park, because I wanted them to see, I'm a part of what's going on. This is an experience right before people go into the park, and that energy I'm giving them on the outside transfers over onto the players in the team.
Absolutely.
And it helps win games.
It's 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think the Mariners had their best season like last season or 2 seasons ago.
It was dope.
Like yeah.
And then even win, lose, or draw, even if we lost a game, people coming out of the stadium, you couldn't even tell we just got our ass kicked. People were dancing out in front of the stadium, yo.
Yeah.
I think they appreciated that as well. So.
And what an awesome experience, dude. Like, you get to hang out at a baseball game and do the thing that you love.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
If you could go through life doing what you love instead of going to work and hating, the job. You know what I mean? I think it gives you a little bit more time to live out on this planet.
I think that's what I'm struggling with, and one of the things in my life right now is like, I love these passions that I'm doing, but they're not financially rewarding me in a place where I can be like secure and like content that way. And I love being that person who's like, fuck it, like I don't need money. But as I'm getting older, I'm like, it would make my life like.
It's the same steps though with getting a job. Like, you know, we go to high school and then we go to college, and college teaches us the skills to then get a job in corporate America, and then we get the job in corporate America. But like, there's no like no set structure to make this type of money musically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
the same type of work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to put in the right amount of time and effort toward that musical goal or career that you're trying to do, and it will start to generate money. There is a blueprint for it.
Yeah.
But that blueprint isn't readily available to like artists or musicians.
See, that's what I'm hoping like this podcast can help with, you know, is like for people to help be that blueprint or like a guide, like an information resource for people who are like, yeah, what can my next move be to like try to make money? Like, okay, yeah, street performing, like, yeah, get your like merchandise all together, you know? And I think another thing is you gotta, whenever you're out there playing, you gotta be promoting yourself, saying like, hey, if you're liking this, come buy my shit.
Because there's definitely money outside. There's money out there all the time, like anytime. That's one thing. If there's people outside and you have $0 in your pocket and you're a musician, I can 1,000 guarantee if you go outside and set up, you will have more money coming back in the house than you did leave it out of the house.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And if you could turn that, I mean, it's like a fact. I've been doing it professionally and for years, and have supported, bought stuff, businesses, taking care of my family with this type of money. I take it serious. So, you know, I
respect that so much, and I admire that so much. Like, you said you have 4 kids. Are you married?
No.
Single?
Yeah.
Ladies. and you're supporting yourself and your family. Like, that is a dream come true, you know? Like, that's one life goal that I really want to achieve out of this, hopefully in the very, very near future, is that I'm like supporting myself and capable of supporting others.
Yeah.
You know, like even like my parents, you know, or my brother, it's like I want to get myself to a point where like I can really like support not only myself, but just like give money to my family so that they are living more comfortably, you know?
It's a process, man. Like it was a lot of trial and error to get to a point where I was able to support the stuff that I needed to support. But like, but because I didn't have like a guy like me that I knew that could show me different paths, or like, hey man, you know, if you go outside and street perform, no, we like figured it out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think you guys like me showing other people. A millionaire told me you become a millionaire by helping somebody become a millionaire.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, that's how I became a millionaire.
Oh hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think what you're doing is on some millionaire level shit, because like in time, the ripple that it will cause will help somebody else out. Like this podcast, we just gave people hella gems on how to possibly get more money in their pocket.
Yeah. So,
but you use this platform and you shop it and you sell it, or you create it, or people see this and they create theirs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But you're already on to something. You just make it make sense to people that believe in what you're doing, and they'll give you the money for your dreams. Also, spend everybody else's money for your dreams. You just got to make it make sense to them, for them to invest in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It's tricky though, you know, because it just feels so uncertain. You know, because
if you make it feel uncertain, if you doubt your idea, then nobody else is gonna believe in your idea. You have to be over. It's like Kanye West. Kanye West is always super excited about his idea. Like, yo, I'm gonna make some leather socks, and it's gonna be amazing. And he's excited about it. And everybody's like, leather socks?
Did he really do leather socks?
No, I'm just saying, like, whatever his idea is, he's really excited about it.
Okay, I got you here. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because I feel like sometimes, like when I'm asking people to come to shows or shit like that, I feel like I'm begging. You know?
Well, yeah, you can beg. You know, just beg in a cool way.
You know?
You don't got to beg them, too. And if you got to beg certain people to come to your shows, you don't want them to come to your shows. Also, like, we right now, like, the way social media is, like, set up, we're, like, all, like, want tens of thousands of followers. We need tens of thousands of followers. If I can get 100,000 followers, I'll be good. Oh, fuck that. Focus on the 10% of the people that really fucks with you. The 10% of people that's always liking your videos, always commenting, always at your shows, just focus on that 10% and sell and give incentives to that 10%. That 10% turns into your core base and just fuck with them.
Yeah.
That 10% will get you the rest of the other people. And just give them incentives to come to your shows.
Yeah, you just gave me a great idea.
Sell their music. That's what I'm saying, bro. Just focus on that 10%. You don't need, you get your 10% of your core base possibly giving you $9.99 a month to get maybe a pair of drumsticks from your last show, the set list from your show, new music exclusively. You get that core 10% at $9.99 a month. That's what, I don't know, 100 people. Possibly $10,000 a month. I'm not doing the math properly, but you know.
No, I hear what you're saying.
But you know what I mean? Just that 10%. That's $10,000 a month times 12 months. It's $120,000 a year.
Yeah.
At just this core 10%. You're not looking for 10,000 followers. You just need 100 of your followers to really fuck with you.
Yeah.
So if you can turn your followers into cash, you don't need 10,000 followers.
That makes sense, you know.
That's what I do. I only focus on 10%.
Where you guys at?
Just focus on the 10% and give them incentives, B.
Absolutely. Yo, dude, I'm so happy to have you on here to like, cause I knew immediately, I was like, I gotta have you on to like start the new year. Yeah. Cause like I knew what your energy was and I knew what you were about. And what you got anything you're excited for this year?
Man, this music concert in July is gonna be called Who's Who Fest. The new Mariners season coming up. I'm actually gonna be playing in Aquasox Stadium out in Everett. And just see me outside, man. And I'm here, you know. Pike Street Drummer on Instagram. Hit me up if you want some jewels and gems. It's enough money for all of us out here, baby. It's already printed.
It's already printed. We just gotta get out there and get it.
That's it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up. This has been awesome. Yeah, I gotta have you back here again. Because I feel like we could just talk forever and just keep going, you know?
Definitely.
And I'm looking forward to the Who's Who Festival coming up. Man. Balcony Bridge is going to play. It's going to be
definitely
sick.
Definitely going to be there.
Big shout out getting to be up here on the Hi-U. Definitely check out the Hi-U. Thank you, Jody Ramsamy, Vivid Presents. Thank you, Max, behind the camera so that we could do this. It's freaking awesome. And thanks again to you, Chris Anderson, for coming out here.
No problem. Anytime, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.